Did you know that during World War II, the British almost blew up German tanks using exploding camels? In the harsh environment of North Africa, where the British and German armies clashed, the Allies faced a tough challenge. How could they stop the German tanks from moving around so easily across the desert? See, by 1942, when this plan was being considered, German troops were pretty familiar with the North African landscape, including the common sight of dead camels. In fact, there was a local joke among the troops about avoiding camel dung in the desert. They even went as far as to create a special device to remotely detonate the explosives inside the camels. However, in the end, Operation Zephyr never really took off. Every week we uncover hidden histories that you won't learn anywhere else. And who knows, you might just learn something new and totally unexpected, like the British almost blew up German tanks with camels. Now that's a history hot tip for you. There were probably not enough camels to go around, and the British didn't want to waste their limited supplies on such a risky venture. Plus, the North African campaign was heating up, and the Allies had other, perhaps more conventional tactics in mind to stop the German tanks. So it wasn't unusual to see a camel carcass lying around. This meant that an explosive camel wouldn't raise much suspicion and would likely be moved or inspected, thus triggering the explosion. The answer, it seemed, lay in the most unexpected of places: dead camels. Yes, you heard that right. British intelligence came up with the idea of stuffing explosives into dead camels and leaving them near tank routes. The plan was that German troops would find the camels and move them out of the way, only to be met with a nasty surprise. But why camels? Well, as absurd as it sounds, there was some logic to it. Operation Zephyr, as it was called, involved placing these explosive camels along German tank routes, hiding them among the dunes or burying them in the sand. The idea was that the Germans would eventually stumble upon them, thinking they were just more desert trash. But little did they know that these camels were about to blow. While this plan might sound like something out of a wacky comedy, it was actually a serious consideration for the British command. Still, the idea of exploding camels lingers in the history books as a bizarre example of how desperate and sometimes wacky things can get during wartime. Now, if you love weird historical tales like this one, make sure to follow for more.